Hi, welcome to Moody Blooms. I'm Mary Ellen, and today we're going to do some plant shopping at Ikea. Come join me. To be honest, the selection at this particular location was not great at this visit, as they were pretty low in stock, but I still picked up some great plants. We begin with the Zamioculcas Zam-ee-FOH-lee-yuh, and you can see why they call it the ZZ plant for short. The ZZ plant is one of my favorites, and there are a ton to choose from. Ikea sells the 6-inch ZZ plant for $9.99. I think that's a great price. It's easy to grow, it's easy to propagate, it has low water requirements, so it's also drought tolerant. The ZZ plant grows from large, thick rhizomes that resemble potatoes. These rhizomes store water, which is why the plant does so well during droughts and places where the owner forgets to water it. The ZZ plant also handles low light levels well. It's also a plant that thrives in fluorescent light. However, even though the plant does well in lower light levels, when placed in a bright light, it'll actually perform even better. It is perfectly normal for new shoots to be a lighter shade of green when they emerge and gradually become darker as they mature. As you can see here in this new shoot coming in, it is a pretty light green. I picked up 2 of these beauties, and I'm excited to share a ZZ plant propagation video with you soon. This plant can easily be propagated from a single leaf or from cuttings. As you can see here at the base of the plant, there is a rooted leaf. Make sure you subscribe and click on the bell notification icon so that you'll be alerted as soon as the new ZZ plant propagation video drops. Okay, next we have the Crassula. And Ikea has a 6-inch pot for $7.99. It's also known as the jade plant or money tree. There are plenty to choose from, but only one left of the variegated version, so hopefully they get some more in soon. I have a complete jade care video on my channel, and the link for that is down below, so definitely check that out. Lots of good info, especially for beginners. Here's the variegated version. I think it's so pretty. I think $7.99 is a great price for this one. I especially love the pink tips on the edges. Here are the Golden Pothos. The 6-inch pots sell for $7.99. Not the greatest selection for these today, pretty picked over. They definitely need a new shipment of these. This one seems okay, although it does have a few damaged leaves on the right. These are great low maintenance houseplants and a great houseplant for beginners. They can easily be propagated, and I love water propagation for these. The Anthurium is in a 4-inch pot and sold for $7.99. These are nice and healthy with plenty to choose from. Great low-light indoor houseplant. They can be propagated by removing any offsets that have grown when you repot your Flamingo plant. However, the main reason Anthuriums are so expensive is because they take a long time to grow into an attractive-looking size plant. So keep that in mind if you are attempting to expand your collection through propagation, as it could be years before the offsets start flowering. Despite the price tag, they're certainly exotic and striking houseplants, and arguably well worth the money. I'll be taking one home today. Next we have the Kalanchoe, Flaming Katy. In a 4.5-inch pot, they sell for $4.99. Tons to choose from. These are in full bloom here. Lots of colors to choose from. The Kalanchoe typically flower every 6 months or so. It's a lovely houseplant, but it also grows really well outside. If you're in a colder climate, it needs to be protected from frost. Even a light freeze can kill the plant, but it makes an excellent outdoor plant in summer. I'm in Southern California, so it can be grown outdoors year-round. I planted some of these in my parents' backyard, and they have been growing like crazy. They're super easy to propagate too. If you're in a colder climate, bring them inside when the temperatures drop, and then use it as a houseplant. Bromeliaceae in a 5-inch pot are $9.99. The first bromeliad is a rosea, or commonly called flaming sword. Depending on the variety, the striking leaves are solid color, spotted or banded in range of greens, yellows, reds, and even violets. They have stunning, long-lasting flowers. This is a Guzmania, which is another popular genus of bromeliad. Like roseas, the Guzmanias are a monocarpic plant, which is basically a plant that dies after flowering. This death may occur slowly, but during its passing, the plants can produce between 1 to 3 bromeliad pups or offsets. To water these, pour water directly into the natural cup-shaped receptacle at the base of the leaves in the center. It catches and stores water. I like to keep it about a third of the way full. All of the moisture comes through the foliage. Next we have the Spathiphyllum or peace lily in a 6-inch pot for $12.99. Of all the flowering houseplants, peace lily care is probably the easiest. When picking out a new peace lily to purchase, you want to find a plant without brown tips, brown leaves, no yellow leaves if possible. Blooms are present and that they all look healthy. Also check the soil and see if it seems dry or if it needs water, and if so, do not buy it. You don't know when it was last watered and it could have some damage from the lack of water. They also filter harmful substances out of the air, storing them in their stalks and roots where they are broken down. This alone makes the air cleaner, but the Spathiphyllum peace lily does even more. It releases oxygen and improves the humidity of the air. It is one of the best plants for improving air quality indoors. The peace lily can be propagated by division if you carefully separate the roots of the crown from the roots of the parent plant. I have an entire video dedicated to propagating the peace lily coming soon, so keep an eye out for it. This is the beauty that I picked up, and it generally looks pretty healthy. There are a few leaves on it that do have some brown tips, but that is possibly from the chlorine in the tap water that was used to water them. I find that peace lilies are a little more sensitive to chlorine, so it's best that if you are using tap water to let it sit out for 24 hours so the chlorine can evaporate. Other than that, it is an easy care, low light houseplant. Succulents in the 4-inch pots are $3.99, and unfortunately the stock is really low today, although the cactus selection is pretty good. Typically they carry a wide variety of succulents as shown here online. Lots of different cactus to choose from. Ikea also sells these little succulents in a 2.5-inch pot, and they come with the pot included, and they sell for $4.99. Not too many options in these, definitely a little bit picked over, but I do love this cute key lime pie succulent. I think it's just adorable. A couple other options to choose from. Yes, that is someone's gross gum on there. The Ficus microcarpa ginseng in a 5.5-inch pot is $14.99. They also carry it in an 8 3/4-inch pot for $29.99, but it was currently out of stock. Here is the DRACAENA Lucky Bamboo. The 18-inch spirals are $3.99 and the 18-inch straight are $2.99. The deal of the day is the DRACAENA Marginata, which is only $1.99 for their 4.5-inch pot, and it is Ikea's lowest price on this one. It is also known as the dragon tree, and it is a very low-maintenance houseplant with very few problems. It's also commonly known as the rainbow plant or rainbow tree. These are tough, drought-tolerant plants with aggressive root systems, and they make excellent houseplants, and they're a little bit more forgiving than most of the other Dracaenas. Ikea also carries the DRACAENA Marginata in an 8-inch pot with 3 stems for $12.99. Like other plants in its genus, DRACAENA Marginata is sensitive to fluoride, which can cause discoloration. So if you know that your tap water has high amounts of fluoride, you may want to use a distilled water. If your plant has a lot of yellow leaves, this likely means that the plant needs more water. Definitely a bargain for the 4.5-inch pot at $1.99. Ikea also sells the DRACAENA Warneckii for $3.99 in a 4-inch pot. Next we have the Pachira aquatica in a 5-inch pot for $9.99. These are typically commercially sold under the names money tree or money plant. It's been said that the name money tree refers to a story of its origin where a poor man prayed for assistance and then shortly after found this odd plant growing in his fields. He brought it into his home as an omen, and then he began experiencing a change of fortune selling plants from its seeds. This is a plant that can be kept small or large depending on how you care for it. Ikea also carries some beautiful orchids. They have a 5.5-inch pot with 2 stems for $19.99 or a 4 3/4-inch 1-stem pot for $14.99. Next we have another one of my favorites, the Sansevieria or snake plant, also known as mother-in-law's tongue. And they sell these 6-inch pots for $7.99. That is a great deal. Currently they were out of stock, so hopefully they get some more of those in soon. The next plant we have is the Ficus lyrata, which is the Bambino fiddle-leaf fig. They sell this 5.5-inch pot for $12.99, and this is a new item for Ikea, so I'm really excited about this one. The next ponytail palm we have, or also known as elephant's foot, is in a 6-inch pot for $9.99. And these plants are great. They hold tons of water in the base, so they don't need too much water. So heading over to the pot section, many options to choose from. The first pot is a 9.5-inch white pot for $14.99. And they have these in a couple different sizes, really cute pots. They also carry a 7.5-inch pot for $9.99. Nice sturdy pots, really cute, simple, basic white. Here's the larger version of the same pot. It's a 12.5-inch for $24.99. Go ahead and lift this, just kidding. Kind of need 2 hands to lift this one. Anyways, you get the idea. Too heavy to lift with one hand. Nice size pot. They also carry it in a 4 3/4 inch for $3.99. So if you wanted a bunch of matching pots in different sizes, Ikea is your place. They have a 4 1/4 pot for $2.99. And there's plenty to choose from of each different size. So over here we have the terracotta looking pots. This first one's a 4 1/4 for $1.99. It's a great price. Cute little pot. No drainage holes in these, so just keep that in mind. They also carry the 6-inch pot for $3.99. And again, no drainage holes in either size. So what I do is just keep it in the nursery pot. These next pots are on sale for a great price. This 7.5-inch pot is only $2.99, marked down from $5.99. They also have the 9.5-inch pot for only $2.99, marked down from $7.99, so that is a steal. They slightly look like a trash can, but still a great price. These brass beauties are really cute. I picked some of these up. The 7.5-inch pot is $4.99. And the 4 1/4 is $2.99. And then they also have a 4 3/4 for $3.99. Here's some larger pots. This one's pretty cool. It's a self-watering pot. It's a 12.5-inch size for $19.99. Here's the instructions and the pieces to make it self-watering. Favorite part of this pot, it's on wheels. I think that's so cool. Here are some of these larger kind of faux terracotta looking pots, but obviously much lighter. The 11 3/4-inch pot sells for $19.99. Nice good size, no drainage holes in these. Okay, so this next one's a 9.5-inch pot for $24.99. And what I love about this one is it has a full liner, meaning the liner's all the way from the bottom all the way to almost the tip of the pot. That's nice. Next we have the 14.5-inch pot for $29.99, and these are the red-brown indoor-outdoor kind of faux terracotta looking pots, and they are more of a square as opposed to the round, so a little bit of a different look. They also have it in the round as well. These cute baskets are 9.5 inch for $24.99. Very cute. They also have these tan and blue pots that are 12.5 inches for $29.99. These are really cute. Cute shape. And they have a partial liner in the bottom. Goes about 1/4 of the way up. This is also a great deal. It's a 6 3/4 inch pot for only $1.99. Can't beat that. Bargain of the day, the 338 ounce indoor-outdoor red pots, $1.99. That is a steal. And obviously no drainage holes in these, but you could drill holes if you wanted, or just put the nursery pot inside. Next we have the plant stands, and Ikea sells a couple different versions. They have these steel plant stands, which are really cute. This one is pink and is 21.25 inch tall, and it runs $19.99. Really cute color. This one's a little bit taller at 25.5 inch, and it is $24.99. It's kind of a mint green. This larger one in back is a beige color. It sells for $29.99, and it's a 25.5 inch. As you can see here, multiple ways to use it, indoor, outdoor. They also carry these cute 11.5 inch bamboo plant stands for $14.99. These can be used indoor, outdoor. These plant stands are bamboo and white. The first one is about 27.5 inches, and it runs $49.99. Here's another view for you. This next stand is kind of like a ladder, and it has 5 4 3/4 pots. It's 49.25 inch tall and runs $39.99. Here's another look at some decorating options. And this one's really cute. It's a 30.75 inch bamboo plant stand for $29.99. It has 3 tiers. Here's another look for you. Again, these can be used indoor or outdoor, so lots of options. These are adorable. This hanging plant holder is $12.99. And if you follow my channel, you'll see that I did a review on a 4-pack of the macrame hanging planters. So check that out. Really good deal on that 4-pack. These are Ikea's 11.75 inch hanging planters. They come in a white, and they're a galvanized steel. They also come in a smaller version. This one is a 4.75 inch hanging planter for $5.99. They also make matching pots for these as well that you can find in stores. This last one's my favorite. It's $12.99 per piece, and they're perfect for the kitchen where you can put herbs and grow them in there, and they can be detached by the hook, and you can hang up to 3 of them together by the hooks. Pretty cool. Ikea also sells this flower box with trellis for $59.98. They also sell just the flower box alone for $34.99. If you have any questions, please comment below. I'd love for you to subscribe so you can be notified of my new videos. Give me a big thumbs up if you thought this video was helpful, and I hope that you will see us next time. Have a great day, and thanks for joining us on Moody Blooms.